Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyday Journey. If you've got a Fridgidaire gallery dishwasher and you've seen this error symbol, I'm going to help you diagnose it real quick. So let's get started. So first thing you got to do is get you a cross tip screwdriver or a Phillips head screwdriver and then just open it up. Here on either side are the two screws that we need to take off. And this will open it up and let us gain access to all the electrical components. So you just grab the door, pull down just a little bit on it, and that whole front cover just comes off. So next, just get you a T20 Torx bit or Torx screwdriver, open it back up, and then right up here we got the 6 screws that take off they give you access to the actual control board and stuff. So we take those off. And then we go ahead and close it back up a little bit and pull that down. So now you just go back to the cross tip screwdriver and go ahead and take these 2 screws off, and that'll pull off the cover to expose your control board. So here is probably your problem right here. That ribbon I pulled off, here you see, it goes to all your buttons on top. So how I check this out is I just use a multimeter, and you can use a cheap one like this. Just switch it to ohms or the omega symbol, and whenever you touch the leads there, that basically just shows that you have a connection. And you see how it changes? So I'm going to actually use this one right here, and this one will make a beep whenever it actually makes the connection like that. So I switch it over to ohms, and then when I touch them together, this thing is going to actually show it on the display, but it's also going to beep. So now I just got to take these leads and just systematically go through here and check all these contacts on this ribbon. And again, this goes to your buttons. And I'm looking for the one that goes for the start button. So each time I keep checking these leads, I'll reach up and push the start button. And if I hear that beep, then I know I got the correct pins. So I have systematically done this, and I figured out that these pins right here are the ones that I'm looking for. So I hold these leads down onto it and then go ahead and reach up. Well, give me a second. So I go ahead and reach up, push the start button, and it beeps. So now that I got that and I know which one's the start button, I go ahead and connect everything back up except for that ribbon that goes for the buttons, and turn the power on. Now I'm going through and I'm actually going to connect these 2 contacts with just a wire so that they'll mimic pushing the start button. Once I do, it starts up. As you can see, it's in the very beginning of it, and it's going through the default wash cycle. And it's going to continue to go through all the different cycles of that until it's finished here you can see, finished the drying, and now it says it's clean. So that tells me that all the cycles of it are working properly, and that I actually just have an issue with the button. Alright, there we go. That was a pretty easy diagnostic. It could have been either 2 things going on with it. In my case, it was actually a stuck button. It's no different if you held your finger down on the button for a long time. It would read that and it would see that, okay, we've got a problem, and go ahead and stop, and then it'd throw up the error code. It could have either been that or it could have been the control board, and I wasn't sure which one it was, and I didn't want to buy one and find out that it was actually the other. So that's my way of actually checking it to make sure. And all I did was just disconnect those buttons. It didn't need the buttons to run. The only thing it did need was just the start button. And we mimicked that by touching those 2 pins. As soon as I touched them, it momentarily made the connection like it started and let go. And it does its thing. It goes through all the wash cycle and everything else. So hopefully that helped you guys out. For those who are worried about it, those pins, there's probably 5 volts going through that, 5 volts DC. That's not even as high as if you took a 9-volt battery and stuck it to your tongue. So you can't hurt yourself with that. Just make sure that that's all you're touching in there, and you should be good. Test it out. Hopefully it'll let you know, and then you can go out and buy what you needed to replace those buttons. And I think that part is, it's expensive, but it's better than buying both. buying one and then find out it's the other. So anyway, hopefully this helped you guys. If you got any questions, send them my way. I'll try to answer them if I can. And definitely though, if it did help, send me a comment. I love to hear that I'm helping people out. So I guess I'll see you guys next time.